Hey beauty lovers, my name is Mary and welcome back to my channel. Today is another requested video. Today we are talking about contouring. I'll admit to you guys, I wasn't super pumped about doing this specific video, but I actually had 3 separate people ask me to do it, and I understand the appeal of contouring because when done correctly, it really can change your face shape and make you look very slim. When done wrong, however, you look like a clown. And I've done it and I've looked like a clown before. It's all about doing it right. And I don't do contour on a day-to-day basis, so I may not have as much practice as some of the other people out there. But what I do is a light version of contouring, so it's a wearable look for every day. So that's what I'm going to share with you today, is a wearable day-to-day contouring look, so go ahead and stay tuned. Alright, so let's just go ahead and get into the contour. I have my full face of makeup on. I do have a little bit bronzer all over my face because I tried a new foundation today and it was like 5 shades too light for me. I never have a problem using the lightest shade in a foundation line until this foundation. It is actually the Milani Conceal and Perfect in Porcelain, and I have a ton of porcelain shades. They all work fine, except for this. I looked like a ghost, so I had to put some bronzer on just to look like somewhat presentable. I will say this stuff has insane coverage, so if you're a ghost and you're looking for a good full coverage, that's what I'm trying to say. If you're looking for a good full coverage foundation, definitely check this one out. I will say be careful though, this stuff does oxidize. Or at least it did on me. It didn't make it darker, it just kind of turned a little bit yellow. Alright, back to contouring. The 2 contour products that I'm going to be talking about today are both drugstore. They are both affordable and under $10, and anyone can go pick it up. And the reason I am talking about these is because they are the ones that I use. The first one we are going to be talking about is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette, and I have it in the shade Dulce de Leche, is that how you say it? It does come with a highlighter and a contour. They do have different shade ranges for people with darker skin as mine, but I do believe that this is the lightest one it comes in. I could be wrong. I'm always wrong, so that wouldn't surprise me. This is probably the one that I reach for the most, only because I know this is my shade. It's not warm, it hits like a cool undertone to it, which is very much my skin, so I know this works for me, and this is the one that I usually reach for if I decide to do a contour. The other contour palette that I'll be talking about today is the Profusion Contour, and this one I believe you can get at Target now for like $6 or something like that. And it does come with 3 contour shades, a matte highlighting shade, and a shimmery highlighting shade. I am not a fan of the shimmer highlight in this one. It just looks like chalk. It really does. It's not the best. The beige highlight, the matte highlight is okay or whatever, but I do actually really enjoy the contouring shades, especially because it comes with 3 different shades. It does have a little bit of kickback. It is a little bit powdery, but for the price, you really can't beat it. I also want to say that the way you contour is also going to be depending on the shape of your face. So I have a very round, square, I don't know what kind of shape. It's round. It's not long, it's not skinny or anything like that. So the way that I contour my face might differ from someone who has a longer, more oval shaped face than I do. In general, you apply it to similar areas, but I encourage you, if you do have a different shape face, whatever. But I encourage you, if you do have a different shape, then you should probably look up the best places to apply that contour for your shape, and then use the techniques I'm telling you today in those areas, if that makes sense. In general, people use a round topped brush to apply the contour, especially when it comes to the cheeks. So I've pulled 3 brushes. This one's dirty, so please excuse that. But these are 3 brushes that I have contoured with in the past. They all are rounded on the top. This one more so, it's kind of like a little pointy, if that makes sense. And I tend to reach for this one the most. And I will use this today despite it being dirty. Alright, I've zoomed you a little bit closer so you can see exactly where I'm going and what I'm doing and everything like that. So let's go ahead and get started. So starting with your contour shade, go ahead and dip your brush into it and make sure you're tapping off the excess too, because you don't want it to be too dark. We're going to start on our cheeks, and the general rule of thumb is you're going to start from the top of your ear and create an invisible line down to the corner of your mouth. But do not go the entire way down. You're only going to go about halfway. So I always start up by my ear first because you want most of your product there, and then I bring it down halfway, and then I just kind of go back and forth right in like the hollow of your cheek. And then you also kind of want to bring it up a little bit and then bring it down, and just really make sure you're blending. Alright, the next area that I'm going to touch on is right underneath the jawline, and this is really gonna like make your jaw a little bit more prominent. If you already have a very prominent jaw, you might not want to do this step. For someone like me where I feel like my face just like melts right into my neck, I definitely want to do this to create more definition. So I just kind of like connect where we brought it down a little bit and then bring it down underneath my chin. And I know everything kind of looks blotchy right now on camera. The highlight will help blend everything out, but I always put the contour shade on first before I go back in with the highlight. Alright, so the next step is moving up towards your forehead. A lot of people like to put it like right across the top. If you have a larger forehead, definitely consider putting it there. It definitely brings in everything. If you have a small forehead, I would not contour on the top of your head. Otherwise, it's going to make it look even smaller. What I do recommend is kind of just hitting like right here and right by the temples. And that's again going to kind of bring everything in and make your face seem a little bit slimmer. Alright, the last step in the contour process is the nose. Again, if you have a long, slim nose already, you could probably skip this step. I feel like my nose is a little bit bigger than I want it to be, so contouring definitely helps create a slimmer look to it. I did grab a different brush, a little bit of a smaller brush, and it's easier to create a precise line from that. So you kind of just start on either side and create a straight line directly up and down your nose. And make sure you're blending too. You don't want to have like really harsh lines either. And I know I haven't put the highlight on yet, but the more you blend, the easier everything just comes together. Alright, so the contour part is done. I'm going to go back in and I'm going to soften everything and blend everything out with the highlighting side of the palette. I did grab a clean brush just because I don't want the dark side to like cross over to the light side, if that makes sense. So I grabbed a clean brush, and everywhere where the contour isn't is where your highlight's going to go. So we're going to start again with the cheeks. Right here, there's no contour, it just kind of surrounds it. So I always pop it in a little bit there, and then you blend it in. Alright guys, so that's kind of the contour part of it. I feel like if you just leave it like this, it just kind of looks a little bit dull. So I'm going to go ahead and add blush. I'm using the Pretty Vulgar one that I got in my BoxyCharm last month. And that's just going to sit like right on top of that cheek contour. And what would a full face look be without a popping highlight? I'm going to go ahead and use the Wet n Wild Mega Glow, and this is in the Blossom Glow color. Alright everyone, there you have it. There is my everyday contouring tutorial for you. It obviously doesn't have the same impact as say like a cream contour probably would, or if you were to go much heavier with it, but this is what I do on a day-to-day basis, so that's why I'm sharing this like lighter version with you. I don't play much with cream contour. I actually don't have any to even like try out. Maybe it's something I would look into in the future, but again, I don't like go to like super glam places where I would need a very heavy contour like that. So when I do contour, it's on the lighter side. Alright guys, as always, if you like this channel, please go ahead and subscribe. It means the world to me. It really does. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Really appreciate that too. I always love getting requests from people. I want to make videos of things that you guys want to see and what you guys want to learn, so please keep them coming. I have a list of like 7 or 8 videos that are all requests that I'm going down the list. So if you requested something and I got back to you, please know that it is coming. If you have any ideas, go ahead and leave a comment. Go to my Instagram and DM me if you don't want it to be public, whatever. Get it to me and I'll do it for you. I promise I'll do it for you. An update on the subscriber challenge, I guess I should call it. I stated in my last video that as we get closer and closer to 100 subscribers, I'll be doing a giveaway of my Absolute Ride or Die palette. So if that's something that you're interested in, it's going to be a little bit of a surprise, so I don't want to give too much away. But if that's something you're interested in, for every time you share my YouTube channel on any social media and send proof that you did that to me, you will be entered. So if you go ahead and share it on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, then you will have 3 entries into the contest. Seeing as there's going to be like around 100 people when this giveaway goes down and not everyone's going to be subscribing or participating in it, it's definitely good chances that you might win this special palette of mine, and it's a good one, and I might even throw in a little surprise or two. So yeah, if that's something you're interested in, because who doesn't love free makeup, go ahead and share my channel and I would really appreciate it, like you have no idea. So yeah, that's all I have for you today, and I will see you all next time. Bye!